So Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce update. I last read for them 7 months ago. I did say back then it was looking like it was heading towards the engagement marriage. They would talk about children, kids, that kind of thing, especially from his side, as in that loved up stage where he thought this could be the one for me. So let's just see what's going on right now, because I'm sure the album coming out and everything might have it could have put a strain on their connection. Let's just see here. Let's just see. Let's have a look at the energy going forward for both of them, okay? Let's just see first of all where they are now. Interesting cards here, actually. I still don't feel she is fully over Joe. First of all, the energy around them both now, I do feel they got to a stage, this is Travis and Taylor, where it has got to breaking point. With this Eight of Cups energy means potentially walking away, but having the strength to work through any issues they may have. Now, I do feel when we've seen pictures of him out drinking by himself, things along those lines, she's tried to reel in a bit more to say, you are in public, it reflects badly on me on some situations, just be aware of what you're doing, okay? Now, people could say that's really controlling, but I suppose it's the same if you've gone out with your partner and you're at an event or something and they get absolutely smashed. You're like, hey, calm it down. I've got workmates or whatever, or friends, that kind of that kind of energy. That's the energy I'm getting through. But it's so public. It's almost like I feel she's definitely questioned this. If it continues, does she want to continue this connection? If she hasn't got that element of control because of the PR and the publicity, she wants it to be positive. A love story. I'm hearing she's telling their love story as well. It's not just they are in love or a couple, it's a love story on top of that she's trying to portray. Okay, she wants, it's the same with Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck. I know they seem unhappy in public and they get pictures of them taken, but if that was my boyfriend, I'm not going to want to go out and look like I'm having arguments with him every day. Do you see what I mean? So she's very trying to keep this, I'm hearing the narrative, the story going here is in that everything's okay, and to do that behind the scenes she will have chats to him and say something like, if you're seen out doing this or doing that, it's going to reflect badly on me as a couple. They're going to say you're a playboy. You need to calm it down a bit, be more aware. So I do feel there's been some decisions over that and it's been painful and there has been some heartache, but ultimately the Two of Cups energy does still mean them being bonded and focused on each other. So that is still there. That is definitely still there. Now, I think they're in Italy, aren't they now? There's been pictures of them together having a romantic meal. But they're still together as a couple, but they've definitely gone through some difficult times. Now, going forward, it is a bit trickier. Currently, we have the Ten of Swords over everything and the Six of Swords. Now, this can mean a temporary break or time to think, almost like having a bit of space from each other. We still have this Fool card, which is the element of being a clown or acting maybe not the way she wants. And again, I don't think this would be Taylor. This is going to be Travis. And then we have the King of Cups, which for me always kind of reflects the Joe energy coming in here. It's in the other man because there's two males here. And for me, Joe always comes across as my King of Cups. And, it's almost like because Joe blocked her in that sense emotionally and kind of just like, we haven't got any more growth here, and kind of put his hands out and she realised it wasn't going anywhere. It's almost like Travis isn't exactly what she really would want. Okay. He's not really what she wants on paper, but she's going to stick with it because this is her best chance right now, if that makes sense. I know that sounds weird, but she doesn't want to go through another 2 or 3, 4 relationships. This is energy that she wants something now that she can build on for life, not just break up again in 6 months and start dating someone else like another Matt Healy. Believe it or not, I feel she wants to have that kind of stability, but he's not really what she wants on paper. If anything, if they didn't go through all the issues with Joe and not communicating properly and emotionally expressing themselves, which was a huge issue in their connection, she would still want Joe. I just feel she would still want Joe. She would still prefer Joe to be the dad, so to speak, if they had a family and kids and things along those lines. She would still prefer him and the way he thinks and his intellect. He's just so different from Travis. He's so different the way he thinks. And because he is an artist as well, and he is an actor in his own right, Travis isn't at all, okay? Travis is more brawn. So let's just go into quickly how Travis feels about her. I do hear under the thumb. So there's going to be moments where he may try and rebel a bit and be like, look, I'm not in with this PR crap, honestly. But I feel I'm not seeing a breakup. There could be a temporary thing coming in here where you may not see them together as much, and it's going to be hard to tell because she's on tour. So it could just be because she says she's really busy, for example. But I do feel there's definitely been some issues there, for sure. And it's not really about the album, believe it or not. It's not so much about the album Travis is wound up about. It's more about, I'm hearing the maintenance of their relationship in the public eye. Wow, the maintenance, the amount of work it will take to upkeep this public eye persona of this happy relationship. Because no one's happy all the time in a relationship. Everyone should know here, especially if it's long term, it's up and downs. You have the best week ever. We're madly in love with them. You get a week or two, you're like, oh, this is crap. They're doing my head in. Right. Travis, how do you feel right now about Taylor? He still sees. Yeah, we have a mixture. Interesting cards, though. The money card. Money card always comes up. I still feel there could be an engagement here. Even if they break apart for a while or it's gone quiet between them, I still feel there will be an engagement here. Now, the Emperor does mean solid relationship energy mixed with him, which is kind of like the guy that's a bit of a like, do you call it frat boy in the USA? The guys that just want to have fun and they're very free-spirited because this is their energy, going out, doing what they want to do, having fun, being completely free. There's this challenge of getting the balance right between being a stable partner and going out with your mates in Las Vegas and partying. There's this stability that needs to come in, but we do see this energy that he is trying, okay? Now, we also have this energy of the Six of Wands, which means even though it's been difficult after a long battle, he does feel he can work through this and they can work through their issues together. Now, looking forward, we're still going to get challenging moments between them with this Nine of Wands energy. This means that it means this guy's absolutely knackered, he's wounded, he's tired, he's exhausted, but this card always means the pull through card. He will make it through, even if it's difficult. They will make it through energy. But I do question some of it because I do feel he does like the fame aspect because we have all the money coming from this as well. It's almost like there's a business aspect to this relationship too, okay? From where he is. Opening up doors, I hear straight away. I mean, it's quite obvious. It's like if I went out with Tom Cruise and I was an actress or something and no one ever heard of me, yeah, I could be in love with him and I could fancy him, but at the end of the day I also am aware that he can open up doors for me. It's that kind of aspect, that energy. There's a lot of money here. This is the best money card in the whole pack coming through. It could be a difficult relationship, but you will be rewarded, okay? And the Nine of Cups as well means the cat that got the cat that got the cream. It's like him, all these gold cups behind him, feeling very smug and happy with himself. She's a good catch in that sense. So it's almost like the balance of, yeah, it can be hard work, but at the same time, you know, look at all the rewards I'll get. Now, I'm not saying he doesn't feel anything for her at all. He does find her sexy. They do have a good sex life. He is attracted to her. He likes it that she is powerful. I'm hearing powerhouse. He likes the fact she is a powerhouse and she has so much power and so many people look up to her as in her fans and things like that. That is attractive to him. It is. It's a kind of ego aspect. Maybe a bit narcissistic where, look at my partner, they're so great and that's why I'm going out with them, you know, because they represent me as well. That kind of energy. Now let's see, because we have the Death card and the Moon. New chapter. I keep getting interested about this Death card because this is the second time we've had this kind of energy. Judgment Death card. Again, this Judgment card. They are going to still have some ups and downs, guys, for sure. It's almost like they have some major ups and downs, but they kind of keep pulling through because we have the Death card again. And it could be because she questions him. Is he just after money or that kind of thing about, can you put a word in with this producer? Do you know what? I just said producer. I would never thought he would want to sing. But I do wonder if he's actually spoken about singing or releasing something, I'm deadly serious here. And she may question, she doesn't want to share contacts like that. There's something about sharing contacts she's not too happy with in the future, where their lives really intertwine. Now, I do feel it may have come up like jokingly that Joe wrote songs of her and he could do something with her, but it's almost like he would want to be his own person and release something himself. Now, I know he launched a music festival, or he's headlining festival, as in he was you know, like a music festival when they run it and that kind of thing. Guys, I've got brain fog today. I get severe migraines. I struggle at times. But I feel he does like the music element. He does like the kind of rap, kind of hip hop kind of element as well. You can even see that in the way he dresses as well. I feel if anything, it would go into that. He'd be interested in that. You don't need to hold a note to rap all the time, okay? You don't need to hold a note like Mariah Carey. Get what I mean? So that's that kind of energy, but I still feel there's going to be a challenge coming up. I feel they've already gone through one, and I do feel there's one coming up about, I keep hearing shared contacts, that he might want some of her musical contacts or something along those lines, and she's like, this is where it ends, as in, no. It's intertwining in the wrong way, because we have judgment here as well, almost her judging him over this matter, and then it could be tricky. So, do you know what? I would say the energy has changed from last time we read. There's definitely some more issues going on there in their connection for sure. There's definitely some things they've managed to overcome. I do feel there's another big one coming up. I do wonder whether they can pull through that one. But then again, we have the lovers still. We still have this energy coming up. Oh, crashing again. Coming up, crashing again. The lovers. Like I said, there is an attraction. There's a good sex side. There's a sexual chemistry. No matter what you see, like he might not be holding a hand publicly or whatever. I feel they've got it going on in other ways, okay? So I still feel they could get it back together in that sense, you know, but it's not really it's very on and off. It's not very consistent. It's not very balanced, if I'm honest. And I keep hearing something about shared contacts that could make her question it, the validity of the relationship. So let's just do Taylor really quickly, because we're already 12 minutes in. How does she feel right now? How does she feel right now about him? How does she feel? I still feel she's questioning. It's almost like when you hear them say something or do something and you look at them and you kind of smile, but in your head you're thinking, I heard what you said, I'm not sure if I like that. It's kind of that, she's starting to watch him more deeply, I feel. The tinted glasses have come off a little here. I'm still hearing powerhouse though, powerhouse couple. Is in they would still want that. That's why I do feel they will try and push through this, you know, powerhouse. How does she feel about him right now? So, she is questioning it. Again, not the best cards. I do feel since they had a bit of a rough patch, he is actually making the effort with this Knight of Swords energy coming in. This could be him going to Italy to see her, for example. The Five of Pentacles energy is still her being a little bit cooler and questioning it. I do feel she's questioning it. We have the High Priestess here in the Star energy, and this is almost like a wish come true would be to finally settle and find the right person. But her intuition is still saying she's not completely happy. And for me, this is still her healing from the Joe connection. This is literally Joe. It's just this energy where she's not fully healed. It's like almost settling. It's almost like she's settling, you know, and she knows it. That's what I kind of feel here. She feels like she's settling. She feels like she can mold him in a way. She can mold him. I just don't feel the intellect is there with him. I just don't feel the intellect, what she wants is there. The way his mind works is not enough for her, and she kind of knows it. So I just wonder how far she's going to let it go on. I mean, it's money again, guys. Everything here is money when I look ahead at the weeks ahead and how she feels about it. The Seven of Pentacles is about money, finances. She does question it with the Hangman. Do I give it all up? The Chariot is, do I want to continue this? But then the Ace of Pentacles is the new job, working again. It's just, I don't see it ending anytime soon. I feel they're going to try and pull through this. But I do feel inside she is at the point where she's starting to question his intellect. Now, what I mean by that is, you can say, okay, he's not as intelligent as Joe, whatever. I'm not going to say it like that, but I will say the way his brain works, he works so differently from the way Joe worked. I feel that's what she will struggle on. Okay. He will really support her and back her and be there for her. He will. You know, he's like, yeah, I'm going to support my girlfriend. I mean, he's really proud of her. He is. He's really proud of her. But there's still this element here where she will question what he also wants from this, if that makes sense. There's that element there with the money and the finance cards. She's just going to question it. I don't see it ending yet. I do feel another rough patch coming up for them, but I do feel they should be able to pull through. There's just something there that she needs from him. She needs more from him. The way his mind works, she just needs more. And for me, guys, the Three of Cups is usually a third person in this relationship, a third party. I mean, I still feel Joe is hovering there. You know, the Three of Cups and the Hermit card means reflecting on something lost. So there's a third person she's still enamored with that she's not over, reflecting grief. So I'm still trying to get over somebody. I still feel it's Joe, obviously. Yes, that's it. Okay, that's the card there. That is the card there. To close this down, this is the X card. In any reading I do, Six of Cups, somebody from your past coming back. So we got the X card. We got 3 in this relationship with Travis. We got her, Travis, and she's still thinking of Joe. And this is the reflecting card, moments where she will go inwards when she's alone, maybe on tour or whatever, and think of Joe and think about what could have been. So yeah, that's still there. That is still there. I still don't feel Travis is her perfect match at all. I really don't feel he is. But I do feel they're going to try and work through what they can, because I just heard she doesn't want to go around in circles again and keep, break up and then start all over again. There is a sense in her that she doesn't want to put down roots and the family aspect and really have the big wedding engagement and have loads of parties and that part of it too. She wants her happy ever after. Now, I still feel there's an element that she could be settling if she did this. I do. I'm hearing the word opportunist, not like that, but I do feel she opens up a lot of doors for him, obviously, and there's an element of that to it as well that she is aware of. Right, I'm going to leave it there, and we will see. I do feel a rocky patch coming up, but I feel it depends. I feel she could either settle and be like, right, this is it, we're just going to marry and get engaged, because that's what they were pushing for, especially him, or she could just take time out completely and be by herself. And I don't really see that happening. I don't see her taking a year or 2 off dating, for example. I just don't. I feel it's almost like last chance saloon. She feels she's putting too much pressure on to make this work. So I feel right now, in this current energy, she's going to try and make it work.